Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Kayla Toure, the National American Miss Teen, and welcome to my Instagram Live series called HBCU-ish. And today I have the gorgeous, wonderful, and amazing Kennedy Wiseman, the Miss Collegiate America. So before we start, I'm going to read a little bio of Kennedy's, and then she's going to talk more about herself. And then we're going to get into the questions and the fun games that we have. So let's get started. Kennedy Whisenant is born and raised in Birmingham, Alabama. She is currently a student at Clark Atlanta University, where she is working towards her degree in fashion design and merchandising. She is a proud member of the Sweet Alpha Phi chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, where she combines her love of service and the empowerment of African American community. Kennedy is not only the second African American woman to win the title of Miss Collegiate America, but the first HBCU scholar. Through this platform, she has been able to spread the message of BRAVE, an anti-bullying initiative that stands for building respect values for everyone. Welcome, Kennedy Wiseman. I'm so sorry if I butchered anything in the bio. So Kennedy, why don't you tell us about yourself? Maybe something that you didn't talk about in your
That's
bio.
always such a hard question. Okay. Something about me that was not in that bio. I am 22 years old. Well, oh my God, I just said I'm 22. I don't turn 22 into June, but y'all, I've been planning and I'm thinking, oh, I'm already 22. I'm 21 years old. I am a senior, fashion merchandising and design major. I was one of Glamour Magazine's College Woman of the Year. And just, yeah, I'm a goofball. And y'all are going to see that in this live. So get ready.
I love it. I love your personality. So bubbly and transparent. I love to see a queen that's like that. So let's get started with the questions. Okay. I have many things to ask you. Something that I didn't know about you is that you go to Clark Atlanta University. So let's start with that. You go to one of the greatest HBCUs in the nation. Why did you choose that school out of all the HBCUs?
It's crazy that we're talking about it because I'm actually in my dorm right now. But Clark Atlanta University for me just felt like family from the moment I stepped on the sidewalk. My original goal or my original thing that I wanted to do was attend Spelman College, which is right across the sidewalk, like literally not even 5 feet. And they did not have my major, which at the time was business administration with a minor in fashion merchandising and design. And I was like, okay, well, let's go across the street. Supposedly that's a good HBCU. Didn't even know about Clark Atlanta at the time. And as soon as I stepped foot in what we call the multi-purpose room, I was in awe, and I immediately felt like I was at home. And coming from a single parent household, I needed that feeling. I needed to feel comfortable, and I needed to feel very close-knit and intimate. I needed to be in a setting like that. I didn't need to go to a large PWI, or I didn't need to go to a large college or university, because for me, that makes me uncomfortable. I like to know the people that I'm around. I like to recognize the people that I see, and I like to build relationships. I don't want to just walk past you on the promenade. I want to actually know you so that, you know, we can build genuine relationships and help each other outside of this. So I knew from the moment that I stepped foot here that this is where I was supposed to be. It wasn't that much of a difficult decision, but I was accepted into 36 colleges and universities, but I knew I wanted to go to a HBCU, so that kind of dwindled it down a little bit too.
That is fantastic. Wow, so many colleges that you got accepted into. Congratulations for you. I know that was definitely a really hard decision since you are such an amazing and intelligent scholar. And speaking about Clark Atlanta University, as you know, they also have pageants there. So why did you decide to compete for like Miss Clark Atlanta?
Good question. So By the time, so I was Miss Freshman, so I was on what we call the Royal Court. And so my freshman year, I ran a campaign, and I ended up winning Miss Freshman. But even with me being Miss Freshman, I still was competing in the Team USA system, and I even just gave up the title of Miss Alabama Collegiate around that same time. So I was still competing in outside systems, and the thought of running for Miss Clark Atlanta University crossed my mind numerous of times, but it just wasn't in God's plan for me. And I think that's what differentiates, okay, what do I want and what does he want for me? Because what I wanted was to be Miss CAU and be here and be able to impact this campus. But if I had done that, I would not be here. And so it's just kind of like what God has for you in the time that he has it. And are you going to trust him and see that it works out in the end? Or are you going to take what's right in front of you and just be cool? And it was just a moment of, okay, let me actually see what he wants, because now looking back at it, I couldn't have had both. And this has been one of the greatest blessings and greatest opportunities that I never would have thought I even would have been able to achieve. And it just wouldn't have been possible if I had gone that route.
I absolutely love your faith, and that's something that I especially want to highlight right now, because I love especially how you said, well, if I would have done this, I wouldn't have been able to be where I am today. And I love how it just seems like you knew that God had a plan for you, and you truly believe that whatever his plan was, that you were going to be great no matter what. And that is so amazing. Oh my goodness. And I watched you virtually win, and I just want to congratulate you once again. You were absolutely amazing. I actually watched you compete at other places, and I just knew that you were such an amazing competitor, and you were so just fantastic with everything that you do. So I just want to congratulate you once again, because you were
Thank you.
So amazing. So since we talked a little bit about Clark Atlanta, let's talk about your journey through pageantry. Can you tell us about maybe some of the titles that you've won, and how many years have you been competing in the Collegiate America system?
Pageants in general, I've been competing since I was 15 years old. And I always tell people, my first pageant was Miss Alabama Teen USA. Right out the gate, my mom just typed in Alabama pageants, and that was the first one that popped up. So we started in the deep end, I would say. And ever since then, I've learned that throughout pageants, like, I'm able to really like change lives. I'm really able to impact people that I've never even spoken to, but they give me the platform to be able to change people's lives. And I love that feeling of just being able to pour into people. And even if I've never met them, even if we've never had a conversation, just being able to live my life and live my truth the way that I know how to, just by doing that on the platform that pageants have given me, I'm able to do amazing things, and I would not be able to do that without pageants. Some of the titles that I've held, I have been Miss Alabama Collegiate America in 2019. I was also the USA National Miss Georgia Teen in 2020. And then I won Miss Georgia Collegiate America. And then now I'm here. And throughout that, there were some top 5 finishes in Miss Alabama Teen USA and Miss Georgia Teen USA. And, you know, I've just competed ever since then. And one thing that I'm actually realizing, which I don't think I've ever like openly told anybody this, is I think that, you know, I'm in need for a break. And I don't know why. Okay, so first, I pray that God guide my tongue on this and say the things that he wants me to say. And for some reason, I know we have like a very pageant focused group, and I just want to say it's okay to take a break. It's okay to do the things that you need to do for yourself mentally. It's okay to maybe not compete this year. It's okay to maybe not sign up for this pageant or this title or whatever. It's okay to not constantly be in the pageant limelight. That's okay. And I think in those moments, you really get to learn who you are outside of the title holder. Who are you detached from these titles and pageants and organizations? Who are you? And I think for some reason, he's just telling me it's okay to take a break. And I think that's where I'm kind of like headed. I don't even know why I went that direction. I really don't. But yeah, I have held a couple of titles. I'm just all over the place. But I did tell him, let me know what you want me to say. But yeah, that is me in a nutshell with pageant.
That is fantastic. And I definitely agree with the point where you said it's okay to take a break, because I know before I won my national title, I took a break my entire senior year. And there were so many times where I was just like, man, I see all my friends competing for these titles. And I was like, oh my gosh, I want to compete so bad. But it's just sometimes you have to accept the fact that you need a break. And like you said, maybe focus on different things. Like I know I wanted to focus especially on getting ready for college. So I love how you said that, because I feel like so many times we think that, okay, after this pageant, I have to go straight to another one. Or I know for me, sometimes I feel like my time is running out because I am going to the Miss Division. So I think it's just great that you're promoting that a break is needed, especially if it's like mental health or just anything else. So
you need for yourself, and don't allow anybody to rush that for you, because at the end, it's hard juggling being a top student and having some form of life and any other extracurricular activity you may have outside of that. It's very difficult. So, and unless you are taking care of yourself and really hearing yourself out and saying, hey, like, what is it that I want to do in this moment? What is it I need in this moment? And if that's a break, if that's a year, if that's a year or two, whatever it is, take that for yourself, because once you do get to the level of national title holder, you want to make sure that you're so secure in yourself that you're able to leave the impact that you want to leave.
I most definitely agree. I was even telling myself this. I was like, if I was a junior teen and I would have won the national title, the year would have not been as impacting as it is now, because I just wasn't ready, you know? So that just goes to show that, similar to what you said, that like God's plan is so important and God will guide you. So I love that. What is the first thing you did after you won?
It's the first thing that I did. Everything is such a blur. Oh,
I feel the same way.
What did I do? Okay, so I do remember crying, praying with my mom. That was one thing that was very like, just, okay, like what is going on? After that, we went to take pictures. And my shoe ended up breaking in the middle of pictures. I do remember that part. Shoe ended up breaking in the middle of pictures, and I ended up having to wear my national director's shoes. And so the first clip that y'all see of me like running to my car, that's actually like the third time that we did it, because someone had to run up to the room, grab a second pair of heels so that we could refilm that over again. My mother passed out, so I was checking on her. And it's so much that happened. It's just all a blur. But my mom definitely passed out. She was out for 30 seconds. There's a video of it. It's on Facebook. And
I saw the video. I loved it.
And so I think that was okay though. Like we're sitting here, we're crying, but like, you know, were you breathing? So that's what we did. And then I my state director, Miss Julie and Miss Anna, for pizza. And that was the night. We
always need a good pizza after winning a title, for sure. So tell me about the application process and the required competition.
So for me, the application process was apply to compete in a state. So whether that was Alabama for me or whether that was Georgia for me, being able to win the state title so that you're able to represent that state at nationals. Our required competitions are interview, fashion runway, and evening gown. My venue, I love interview. I love being able to share who I am with the judges. I think sometimes we get caught up in evening gown and fun fashion, but we don't necessarily like get to the inner guts of everything. And I love being able to share my story with people. So interview is amazing for me. It gives me a chance to just run my mouth. And yeah, those are required competitions. And along the way, you get amazing state directors. And if you do not have a state pageant in your state, you are able to apply for an at-large title. And therefore, you're able to still represent your state. We have an at-large director. She is amazing. And you just go from there.
Love it. And you said that interview is one of your favorite portions. You are amazing. I can just tell you're amazing at interviewing from interviewing you. So transparent, real. I love, love, love it. So we're going to play a game now. It is called Guess That Quote and Who It's By. I'm going to tell you a quote. I'm going to give you 3 options. And one of those options are the answers. I do not know the answers because I'm doing the quiz as you are doing it. So we are going to be guessing it together. If you guys randomly know the quote or are even guessing with us, comment down below. We'll see. Want to do 4. And it seems like no one has gotten a 4 out of 4, but I believe in you. And I think you got this. I think you can get a 4 out of 4. Let's see, guys. Okay, so I'll be back in like 2 minutes. I'm going to mute myself, and I'm going to get the quotes ready.
Okay. While she's doing that, I hope everybody's having a great day. I went to school today. I drove from Alabama today. I did a lot today. We're having a great day. I hope everybody is having a great day too. Because that's what matters. Hi, Katrina. Love you. Hi, JK. I'm throwing hearts right back at you.
Okay, are you ready?
Yes, we're ready.
Let's go. We're ready. Okay. A problem is a chance for you to do your best. Was this said by Muhammad Ali, boxer, philanthropist, and cultural icon? Lena Horne, singer, actress, and civil rights activist, or Duke Ellington, composer, pianist, and jazz artist? A problem is a chance for you to do your best.
Problem is a chance for...
I feel like it could be Muhammad Ali. I don't know.
I do, but I feel like that's the obvious choice, and I'm kind of like, okay, someone else said it.
What do you guys think? Someone said B. Do you mean Lena Horne? Is that what you're saying?
You know, I'm kind of towards Lena Horne too. I'm gonna go.
I think it could be Lena Horne. Okay. I think Lena Horne possibly. Let's see. Oh wow, it was Duke Ellington. We were
I was over Muhammad. I was like next choice.
That was okay. That was the second choice. Okay. Next one. I will not take but for an answer. Malcolm X, minister and human rights activist. Angela Davis, scholar, writer, and political activist, or Langston Hughes, poet, playwright, and activist.
I feel like that was Malcolm. You know, like that was just very aggressive.
Yes. It sounded very like, I know what I'm talking about. I'm standing for it. I will not take but for it. Okay, yeah. I think that's definitely Malcolm as well.
Let's see.
What do you think? I think it's Malcolm. Oh, we were wrong. It's Langston Hughes.
Oh,
that sounded like such a Malcolm thing to say, though.
I'm so sorry.
Oh man, let's see. Someone said Langston after we put Malcolm. It's okay. 2 more left. 2 more.
Yeah, I can do it.
Okay, next one. Life is not a spectator sport. Muhammad Ali, boxer, philanthropist, and cultural icon. Jackie Robinson, Major League Baseball player and activist. Or Jesse Owens, four-time Olympian gold medalist in track and field. So we know that the answer is someone who was an athlete.
Life or light?
Life.
Life.
Life. Whew. I think this one, once I heard spectator, I was like, okay, is an athlete. But they're all three athletes. So
my radar is off. So I'm even scared. Like, I feel like I'm
I feel you. Comment down below, guys, and help Kennedy.
Yeah, help. I'm already
her.
0-2.
Like, only I mean, we have two more left. We need her at least to get 2 out of 4.
I'm just aiming 1.
Just 1 point at least.
Just 1.
Okay.
Okay, can we call the people again?
Sure. Muhammad Ali, Jackie Robinson, or Jesse Owens. Life is not a spectator sport.
Jackie Robinson.
Jackie Robinson? Okay. Which one played baseball? Do him. Jackie Robinson.
All right.
I'm going to go with Jackie Robinson, too. But something is saying Jesse Owens, but I'm going to go with Jackie Robinson, too. Let's see. Okay, it was Jackie Robinson. What? Yes. Okay. 1 more. 1 more.
All right, that wasn't bad.
Okay. Which musician said this when asked to define jazz? Man, if you got to ask, you'll never know. Charlie Parker, Louis Armstrong, or Quincy Jones? I think I heard this quote.
I'm Louis Armstrong.
I feel like this sounds like something that Louis Armstrong would say.
For sure.
What do you guys think? Let's see.
He's my favorite. Love him. But it might be the third one.
It's Louis Armstrong.
Yeah.
Yay! Okay, 2 out of 4. You did a wonderful job. 2 out of 4. Amazing. Okay, so let's get back to these questions because I have more things to ask you. So something that I thought was literally so amazing was that they wrote an article about you on Glamour magazine. I was just like, oh my goodness, wow. So can you talk to us about how you had that amazing honor and how, and I saw you went to one of the events. Talk to us about that. Everything Glamour magazine.
Yes. So Glamour magazine honors collegiate women every year alongside their Women of the Year, who are women in the industry who are doing exceptional things. And so this year specifically, they decided to honor HBCU students. So every single honoree that was alongside me was either a graduate or someone who attended a HBCU. And to see all of us be able to come together and hear all of the amazing things that they are doing, even outside of pageantry and the platforms they have built for themselves, it was inspiring, to say the least. And for all of us to be African American women was just the icing on the cake. And so they flew us to New York City, and we were able to go to the Women of the Year Awards, where we were honored on the same stage as Angela Bassett and Jennifer Hudson, which I was just starstruck. I mean, we walked in and we were seeing people like Kelly Rowland, Tiana Taylor, just all of these amazing people who have done, I mean, monumental things, and people who I even look up to. And just to be able to have that prestige honor of being in the room with them, let alone honored on the same stage, was something that I will never forget in my life. And I'm just honored and blessed for the opportunity. And I can't wait for another group of young women to experience the things that I have as next year's Collegiate Women of the Year. And even after that, and with that opportunity, we were able to do a interview and a roundtable talk with Layla Ali. No, Lala Anthony. Oh my God, y'all, don't kill me. Let me drink some water. Don't kill me.
It's all good. Their names do sound a little similar because the L's.
So sorry. Lala Anthony. I will never forget that ever. And we had the opportunity to talk with her. She interviewed us, gave us some questions. So that was also great. And then we were all paired with an high profile mentor to where they help you throughout what you want to do in life. And that was just an amazing opportunity. And I couldn't have done it without God and my university and just everything like that. Because to be in that position, I had to go to an HBCU first. And so everything just kind of stems from my HBCU.
I love that. That is such an amazing honor. Oh my goodness, to be around such trailblazers such as yourself. That is just so amazing. And I know that you had such a great time. Oh my goodness. Let's see. My next question for you is, what do you want to do in the future, and how has you going to an HBCU and also competing in pageantry help you achieve that goal in the future?
Yeah, there's a couple things that I want to do in the future, but I think the main one, especially like when we're talking about HBCU and school and education, is, okay, what do I want to do for a career? What do I want to do for a living? And in that article, I actually spoke about being able to provide affordable yet comfortable and also chic, like, you know, flattering clothing for people with disabilities, just more inclusive clothing, and specifically breast cancer survivors, because my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer my freshman year of college. She is a survivor, so she no longer has breast cancer. She beat it. She whooped its butt. And every time I look at my mom, I see a powerful, strong, beautiful woman. But after my mother made the decision to have the procedure to remove her breast, I saw her confidence go down. I saw her the ability for her to walk in a room and demand attention. I saw that no longer exists. And my mom is someone who is more talkative than me. She's more of a ray of sunshine than me. I get that all from her. And so for me to see almost her light kind of dwindle upset me. And so there were no flattering clothes for her to wear. There were no clothing that she could put on to make herself feel feminine. There was nothing. Even the bras that they give you are not the same as if, you know, she were to still have her breasts. So that's what I want to do. I think that's where a lot of that stems from. And just even when we think of individuals who are in wheelchairs, like the comfortability and the style of the pant that they have on, like everything that just revolves around the psychological impact that fashion can have on one person. And I don't think that we necessarily keep that into account when whatever you put on that morning, that's how people will view you before you open your mouth. And are we giving these people who may have disabilities, who may have had a double mastectomy, who may have had these procedures done, are we giving them the opportunity to choose how they would like to express themselves that day? Or are we kind of limiting them to what is available? And I don't think that that's fair, because fashion to me is how I express myself when I don't want to talk, how I'm able to show people, okay, this is who I am, before you're able to hear an interview speech, before you're able to hear an onstage question. Even in pageants, it shows who you are and your personality. And I think that that's just something that's important. So that's what I would like to do for a career. And as far as pageants, I mean, wherever and however far God is willing to take me in this thing, I'm willing to follow him to go. And I just want to use this platform to share his word, be a light for him, showcase him and everything that he's done for me, because I truly, like, from the bottom of my heart, know that he's the only reason why I'm here right now. It wasn't because of me. Like I tell people all the time, when I'm doing on stage questioning, when I'm doing interview, and when I'm doing evening gown, or whatever you see me doing, even if it's just these Instagram lives, it's not me. Like, this is not me. This is just the shell of Kennedy, but this is not me. And I just allow the Holy Spirit to work through me, and whatever he wants to say, however he likes to walk that day, however he likes to strut in fun fashion that day, is how it's going to happen. And so that's how I know nothing is ever done by mistake. So.
Wow, Kennedy, you are so amazing. And I know I said this before, but I admire your faith so much. We have so much similarities. Oh my gosh. Like, oh, I mean, when I tell you I love your faith, I love that because God is everything. He's the reason that we're here. And I'm just blown away by you. I'm gonna be honest. I'm blown away by you. You are so authentic, and I love seeing queens, especially like yourself, that are honestly who they are. Like, you're yourself, and you can see that. And I love that you have such a strong faith for God. That is so admirable. You are fantastic.
Thank you.
Honestly,
And
you're fantastic.
I have to say this because
yes.
I'm not always there. And that's what I really am, just like, okay, like, this is what I feel, because I just left a season where I did not feel like this. I just left a season where me and God weren't the closest. I just left a season where I was questioning, okay, is this something that I should be doing? Is this worth doing? Okay, how am I going to get through this? Because I think also with me speaking the way that I speak on God, it may come across as everything's great all the time. And I want to reiterate the fact that I'm human just like anybody else. And the things that you are probably going through and the thoughts that you probably have are the same ones that I have. And that goes for any title holder or any young woman that's going through society today. I guarantee you that we have been on the same wavelength at one point or another. And I don't want to sit here and act like everything is all perfect and sunshine and rainbows all the time. But I know that even in the midst of those storms, he remains the same. And that's where the faith comes from. That's where the uncircumstantial joy is growing from, because he remains the same. Circumstances aren't always the same. Even I get in my head a lot, and I have to go in the garden of my thoughts and pick the weeds out. But you just have to keep him first in everything. And that's just where all of this comes from. And so if I can share that with anybody today, like, it's not always easy, and it's not going to be the last time that it's not easy. But if you can continue to remain to have faith in those non-easy moments, when you're up, there's really nothing that can keep you down. So I had to say that because I was literally just sad like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, no, same. I was literally just sad an hour ago. But
no,
listen,
like,
it's because I feel like so many people perceive just because we have like amazing national titles that we are happy every single second, or that like after we win, our life is just like so perfect every day. Like, we go through normal emotions. There are times when we're sad. There are times where we're just like, oh my goodness. But something that, that has stuck with us throughout all our good and bad times, like you said, is God, and having faith in him and knowing that his plan is amazing, and no matter what, he is always with us. So I love that you said that, because I think that's something that people definitely need to hear more of from us title holders, that not everything is going to be
perfect.
Amazing. Yeah, not everything's going to be perfect. Hey, listen, So, okay, awesome. I mean, you talked about fashion. So do you have any maybe inspirations or people that have inspired you to get into the fashion industry?
Of course. So I'm going to speak on celebrities because I watch a lot of celebrities. Rihanna's style is impeccable. Like, she's one of the main reasons why I'm like, okay, wait, like, what's that? Like, okay, and how did we do that? I mean, even from the monochromatic red look that she just did at the Super Bowl, I was in awe. I was like, oh wow. From the stage to even her dancers that were doing the choreography, even their attire, everything just flowed cohesively. And I felt like you got to know who Rihanna was and what she exactly wanted to present just based off what she had on and what her dancers had